Softly and tenderly, Jesus is calling, calling for you and for me. See on the portals, he's waiting and watching, waiting for you and for me. Come home, come home, you who are weary, come home. Honestly, tenderly, Jesus is calling, calling, oh sinner, come home. Why should we tarry when Jesus is pleading, pleading for you and for me? Why should we linger and lean on his mercies, mercies for you and for me? Come home, come home, ye who are weary, come home. Honestly, tenderly, Jesus is calling, calling, oh sinner, come home. Think of the wonderful love he has promised, promised for you and for me. Though we have sinned, he has mercy and pardon, pardon for you and for me. Come home, come home, ye who are weary, come home. Honestly, tenderly, Jesus is calling, calling, oh sinner, come home.
Maranatha, a daily devotion by Helen G. White. The Devil's Strategy Against Sabbath-keepers. June 4th. Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which flameth mischief by our law? They gather themselves together against the soul of the righteous, and condemn the innocent blood. Psalms chapter 94 verse 20 and 21. Maranatha, page 163, paragraph 1. As the people of God approach the perils of the last days, Satan holds earnest consultation with his angels as to the most successful plan of overthrowing their faith. Maranatha, page 163, paragraph 2, says the great deceiver. The Sabbath is the great question, which is to decide the destiny of souls. We must exalt the Sabbath of our creating. We have caused it to be accepted by both worldlings and church members. Now the church must be led to unite with the world in its support. We must work by signs and wonders to blind their eyes to the truth, and lead them to lay aside reason and the fear of God and follow custom and tradition. Maranatha, page 163, paragraph 3. I will influence popular ministers to turn the attention of their hearers from the commandments of God. Maranatha, page 163, paragraph 4. But our principal concern is to silence this sect of Sabbath-keepers. We must excite popular indignation against them. We will enlist great men and worldly wise men upon our side, and induce those in authority to carry out our purposes. Then the Sabbath which I have set up shall be enforced by laws the most severe and exacting. Those who disregard them shall be driven out from the cities and villages, and made to suffer hunger and privation. When once we have the power, We will show what we can do with those who will not swear with their allegiance to God. Now that we are bringing the Protestant churches and the world into harmony with this right arm of our strength, we will finally have a law to exterminate all who will not submit to our authority. When they shall be made the penalty of violating our Sabbath, then many who are now ranked with commandment keepers will come over to our side. Maranatha, page 163, paragraph 5. But before proceeding to these extreme measures, we must ensnare those who honor the true Sabbath. We can separate many from Christ by worldlings, lust, and pride. They may think themselves saved because they believe the truth, but indulgence of appetite or the lower passions, which will confuse judgment and destroy discrimination, will cause their fall. Maranatha, page 163, paragraph 6. Thank you all for listening. Have a good day.
Bind up the testimony, seal the law among my disciples. Isaiah 8:16.